All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim like Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashur Kodash. All right. Also want to give double honors to our apostles of great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Now, I'm the Holy Spirit, we're in Judah, and Yahweh Shai is going to rig the elections. All right. Yahweh Shai is going to rig the elections. Okay. And what you see now has been mentioned in the scriptures for a time. Okay. And everything is connected. Okay. And I want to start out with Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians. Who are the Egyptians? These Edomites in America, man. The modern oppressors. Okay. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, what does it say in Matthew? A house divided cannot stand. All right. If Satan is divided against himself, how can he stand? You know, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So this is another sure sign that America's through. All right. It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. You know, the Democrat versus the Republicans. All right. There's actually civil wars actually brewing in this country right now. They shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city. Yeah, city against city. Like you got the Republican city, the Democratic city. All right. And kingdom against kingdom. All right. And what we're going into is a state of unrest, civil unrest. Okay. And that's why the Most High said he'll give us signs in the stars of heaven. Now, what did we just have? We just had another full moon, all right, at the end of October, right? Right before the elections, okay? And another full moon. Now, what does the scripture say about the moon, all right? And signs in the heaven in general. Genesis 1:14. And the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. All right. So these lights that you see in the firmament, all right, they're for signs. All right. This is mentioned in the book of Genesis. And one of those lights in the firmament is that moon. We had more than one full moon in 1 month. Okay. And it just so happens to be right around the corner from the election, which is tonight. All right. All right. And it just so happens to be a world pandemic. All right. And Esau wants to do a forced vaccination, all right, which is ultimately going to lead to the RFID chip. Okay. And the RFID chip is to plug you into this new world order. And part of the new world order is the whole world being connected through the Internet of Things, which is basically the interconnection of things, meaning that everything is going to be a part of a grid. You had this one TV skit, Dave Chappelle. He had a particular episode where he envisioned what if everything was the internet? What if the internet was actually his everyday life? All right, and that's what Esau is going to be. In order to, inhabit these smart cities, these tech cities, all right, this is what they're building now. This is what they're gentrifying now because they're taking all these apartments and making it corporations, abodes for people who work in these tech corporations like Google, things of that nature. And they're basically making these tech cities. And the only way you're going to inhabit these tech cities, is if you have the RFID chip that's going to plug you into these little smart cities, okay? And the elect are not going to take the chip, all right? A lot of people don't intentionally plan to take the chip, so they're going to have a force. It's going to be forced, but most Americans are going to take the chip because they only know how to survive in America, okay? They don't know how to live outside of this dominant power structure, okay? But going back to the point, all right, Isaiah 19:2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, kingdom against kingdom. And World War III. We're in the beginning phases of World War III, all right? These little war games is being played out, man. Soon there's going to be some contact, man, all right? Soon there's going to be some contact. And truth be told, I had a dream the other night. It was ships outside of America ready to shoot missiles on America, man, all right? We're finna come into some dark times, man. It's going to be dark to where you only going to have Yahweh Shema Shai. And you can't listen to nobody else But hey, but Yahweh Shai and men of the Lord, because everybody is going to they're going to have their own thought processes as to how to handle this, man. All right. And anything that you're deprived of, man, you're going to eventually get it, man. All right. And the reason why I say that, because we had to suffer and focus on the mission. But now, see, we're coming to a time of Jacob's trouble. But with that being said, the Most High is going to provide for his servants, okay? See, we're living in dark times, but it's good for us, all right? Because no matter how much you like America, and no matter what benefits you have from America, man, it was built off blood, man, all right? So the end is the result of the beginning. Whatever a man soweth, that shall he reap. So if his beginning was through slavery and mass murder, guess what the end is going to be? Mass murder and slavery, okay? Job 5:18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up. He wounded and his hands make whole. And he made us whole when he woke us up to this truth, all right? Because did it not say our wounds are grievous? So we suffered the grievous wounds of this captivity, man, the mental dis-ease and the mental imbalance and the spiritual deprivation of being in this captivity. But it says, and his hands make whole. Verse 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And famine he shall redeem thee from death. And sources say that America's resources are drying up for next year, all right? So that's another reason why we're going to be in Jacob's trouble, all right? Because you're not just going to go to Walmart, go to Kroger's, or go through a drive-through, man. It's going to be really a scarcity mindset out here, okay? And famine he shall redeem thee from death, and the war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. In destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. All right? In destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, because we're going to be dealt with, man. Expect miracles. Expect miracles. 444. Hey, we under mercy, man. And we're under a hedge if we continue in this thing, man. Okay? But like I stated earlier, man, your result is based on your foundation. Your end is based on what you saw in the beginning. All right? So I don't know what narrative Esau's pushing as far as make America great again, or the Christian church saying that, quote unquote, Jesus gonna work everything out, or God is in control. Yeah, you're halfway right. The Most High is in control, and Most High is gonna make everything right. And this is him making everything right, man. This country has sown wickedness, so it must reap wickedness. It must reap destruction and famine, and because that's his foundation. All right. Esau didn't get where he got because of hard work and dedication. All right. If you believe that, you're dumb. You're naive. You're stupid. All right. So with that, I'm going to get Revelations 13, 9 and 10, real simple scripture. Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And this is the end result of America. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. So if you're not in this mindset, hey, you're through. Even these other Israelite camps, man, they want to extend their stay in Babylon, man. All right? We want to get out of here, man. And we constantly pray to Yahweh Shema Shai to constantly put the spirit on us to not be content in this thing, and put the spirit on us to hasten the days, man. All right? Shoot. Another scripture popped up in my spirit. Okay? It says 2 Peter 3. All right? Let me see. Revelations 2 and 3. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Yeah, that's the result of thermonuclear destruction. Okay? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, that's that nuclear wind wiping everything inside away. Okay? The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Here's the point. Looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right? But the spirit we have to be in is the spirit of haste, looking for and hasting to the coming of the day of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Because we're coming into dark times, okay? We're coming into a time of emergency, ER, desolation, fear. It's going to be a very primitive dog eat dog world out here, man. There's going to be a norm here. You think it's a norm hearing gunshots in the hood? It's going to be a norm hearing assault rifles. It's going to be a norm hearing screams that you're not going to know where it's coming from. It's going to be a norm of not knowing where your next meal is. Now, we going to be good, all right? And we going to have an hour of temptation, because when that chip is mandated, that's our hour of temptation, all right? When you can't plug into the city without an RFID chip, all right? Because now what's going on? You can't plug into, you can't go to the gym without getting fever checked. You can't go through certain parts of the city without getting fever checked. You think that's going to die down? Nah, man. Esau's playing a game, man. He's going to have the greatest solution. The greatest solution is going to be that vaccine. All right? But with that, man, we got to hold down the fort, stay strong, stay plugged in. And I want to say, Kal Halayim, like Habashma Shabashma Kakadash. All right, double honors to our apostles, a great millstone rule well. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. Till the next time, Shalom.